I'm Chad Root with Spearhead Sales and Marketing, and the reason we're here today is as a marketing firm, we do an awful lot of work with companies that are more interested in the sales side of the equation. So we're hoping that we can demonstrate to our clientele, who are an awful lot of salespeople or sales managers that are trying to leverage marketing, ways that they can create marketing type of content but yet still keep it very personalized for their sales activities. So to help do that, I've invited Mr. Rick Horn with us today. Rick's been helping Spearhead for what, about 4 years?
About 4 years now.
And so Rick subcontracts with us, and he also has his own business, consulting small business owners and salespeople. But we rely heavily on Rick to work hand in hand with sales managers and salespeople to leverage the marketing system that we're putting in play for their company. So I thought we'd start by just asking Rick a few questions about his background. And Rick, if you don't mind, just share a little bit about where you've come from.
Sure. Well, I'm from the local area here in Michiana, and I spent 35 years in the sales and marketing arena, most of that as either director of marketing or vice president of sales and marketing, and have hired and led hundreds of salespeople through the years and done an awful lot of field selling myself.
So in your opinion, your experience, there's probably some high performers that you've worked with on your sales teams. There's probably some middle of the road, and there's probably some not so hot ones.
Right.
What, in your opinion, just briefly, what really distinguishes the high performers?
Well, I think there's a couple of key fundamentals. One is, number one, some people know how to build rapport. They can connect with people, they can make them comfortable, and they can get them talking. So some people have that. A second thing is, whether they fall into it or they do it intentionally, they just have a knack of figuring out how to focus on the right relationships. They're very strategic on the people that they're spending time with, because there's really not a short cut to building relationships. It takes some investment of time.
Sure. And
the higher performers are the ones that get pretty clear on who they should be spending their time with.
Excellent. Now, in your opinion, determining who to spend time with, who to sell to, is that a marketing decision or is that a sales choice? Should salespeople have total freedom to call on whoever they want, or should marketing have more of a say in, here's our target market, we'd like you to really pursue these clients?
Well, to me, I think marketing's responsibility is to identify a clear, clean target market profile. Okay. Whereas I see for the salespeople, I call it identifying versus profiling. What that means to me, if you've identified it, you've got a list. I want names, contacts, how to get a hold of them, because we can't really do much with just a persona and a profile. But it really helps with the salespeople if we can give them that ideal profile to look at. And I think the best ones I've seen are put together mutually between the salespeople and the marketing. Both the top-down look at it, and then the people that are down in the weeds, who are really out there getting feedback as to what really is the fit.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because when we named Spearhead, certainly Spearhead stood for spearheading or leading a sales and marketing program, but we intentionally kept the word sales.
Right. Because
I've always felt, I think maybe that's a point where we might agree on, that sales needs to be a part of the marketing equation. They have to inform marketing. Now, marketing needs to do its job and get that profile put together, get a brand position put together, marketing communications, and so forth. But really is an integrated idea. And I'm really passionate about that, making sure that the marketing systems we deploy fully integrate sales and vice versa. I get, my hair rises a little bit when I see salespeople that buck that. That don't really want to participate, don't really want to contribute to that, or they feel sometimes like marketing might be overstepping their bounds and stepping on their toes by integrating marketing communications specifically to their list. So far as some salespeople won't even turn over their contacts. Right. So, in your opinion, I mean, we're in 2015. Social media, the digital age, websites. You see salespeople out there using it, and some none at all, and some are probably spending way too much time at their desk putting stuff on LinkedIn or whatever. In your mind, what advice would you give a salesperson in today's age for how to leverage that technology and how to work with their marketing department?
Well, I think one of the things is that I preach a lot that I'm not a big believer in cold calling. If you're just going down, I mean, now there's some circumstances where it may be necessary to just cold call to get appointments, but the majority of the time, what I want people to have is warm calls, not cold calls. And the way you get warm calls is you've got to create some kind of awareness out there for you. Either the marketing department does it or you do it for yourselves. And frankly, one of the things I teach salespeople is take personal responsibility, because you're the one's going to get judged on making sales or not.
Sure.
And so if you're not getting the kind of support you need, well, tough. You know, you got to go out and make it happen. And there is lots of different technologies. There's a wide range of salespeople. Some people can do an awful lot of that themselves, but an awful lot of them can't. It tends to sometimes go with age. Some of us older warriors, you know, we weren't brought up in all this technology.
Sure.
Some of the younger ones seem to lean into it a little bit easier. Frankly, though, I've learned that it's not as complicated as it looks.
You know, I'm glad you said that, because that's part of why we're here today.
Right.
You know, it can be scary to sit down in front of a camera. It can be scary trying to write out the exact right script.
Right.
And you can spend an enormous amount of time, you know, putting together content for the content world that we live in.
Sure.
And really what I want to encourage people to think about is that you can do it naturally. You have conversations like this all the time,
Sure.
in the hallway, after work, and really just to think about letting your edge down a little bit and just engaging the resources that are there.
Sure.
One of my passions for Spearhead is that we can help facilitate this sort of thing. We're going to wrap up this one, but I hope you come back and do this again. We're going to continue to do this once a week. We're going to have somebody come in like Rick and give us their 2 cents, and hopefully give sales and marketers out there the encouragement to do likewise. Thank you for your time.